Now then, welcome back to another episode on the Hypermine server. Well, another day on the Hypermine server, and another big project underway. Oh, yes. I've just repaired my picks. I've got two decent picks. I'm not removing huge amounts of the Nether today. I am moving large amounts of the Nether, but I'm not removing huge amounts of the Nether today. Today I'm working up in the bedrock ceiling area, trying to do something with the hub shape overall. So I can start putting in some features and things like that upstairs. Start transplanting anything that's downstairs, upstairs, and then get the elevator to link them up nice and simply. We've had this for a while. I started clearing this out, we've had it for a while, and now I've finally got an idea. An idea for a pattern. It might be quite cool, you never know. This is the very center point. So this is the very center point of the blaze farm. And I'm using that as the center point of the hub. So these things have all been placed off from the center of the hub, and the design around the floor so far has been done off the center of the hub. So it goes that the ceiling has to be center of the hub as well. Now, I'm doing a lot with circles just lately. This has been a very circular project. And from this center point here, I am going 64 blocks out in every direction. That's a 64 block radius, 128 or 129 if you include that one, in full diameter. Yes, so I thought it would be easy just to do 64 because I can just place nether brick until the stack runs out. That's why I kind of figured on 64. I wanted it to be big, and I knew I wanted it to be like hundreds of blocks big. And 128 seems like a fair size to me. I have got a design or pattern in mind for this. I just got to be careful ripping out the nether ways. Because of lava falling in on my head. But it's a simple enough process when you've got a decent pick in you underneath like this. You can just sort of rip through them quite quickly. And I've already done the other side quite easily already. So now I just need to see how far I'm going to take this one and then start clearing out the netherrack. Yes, it is a big job. But hopefully I can do a fair amount of it off camera. Honestly, I'm going to have to do a lot of it off camera. There's no way I'm going to do all this in one episode, is there? No, come on, let's face it. So this episode is probably going to be later than I would normally put out an episode. I would normally put this episode out on Thursday. But you're probably seeing it on Saturday because of the amount of work that's going into making the episode. And I don't want to do just some silly little episode or just some fun little episode or anything like that. There's been no little community things going on at Hypermine for this week anyway. So I've got nothing extra to show yous. So this is what I'm going to do. So this is like another Nemsuns log, another day one of the hub ceiling project. There's the reason I put the blocks in at this height so that I could get the ceiling done first and be able to see up into the ceiling. Two more. Good. 1 and 2. Get back in there, you. I only said 2. And there we go. Alright. And so that's another 64. That's quite a long way. Now, let me just iterate that this is going to be the edge of the nether hub. And everything else is going to be encased inside it. I'm planning it that way. I don't know if it's going to end up working properly that way. But as you can see, I can run from one side of the nether hub to the other side of the nether hub fairly quickly. It doesn't take too long to run all the way across. Right? And that's actually running thousands of overworld blocks because it's 1 per 8. Every 1 block I move in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld. See how fast you can move? Yeah. So the nether portals are going to be spread out. That's the nether portal that takes us to the end portal, the stronghold that takes you to the end, the portal. So that's within the reaches of the hub. And where and how I put these, the nether portal, how big I build it and all that kind of stuff will come with time. With time, I say, with time. It also, because that's the center point, 64 blocks out this way, means that we have covered this section of the nether hub, the top of the skull that finished off, and it figures that to have a decent looking hub size, it goes back not too much further away. I mean, that's not too much further away. That's about 20 blocks at the most further away from that. So there's 20 blocks between the wall and this entrance area, entrance-exit area, which is another good feature, I think. And now this side over here is going to be an interesting one because there are already some tunnels being started off down that way. So 64 blocks that direction. I have a feeling that we're not going to encounter a tunnel, so there'll be an entrance to those tunnels which people can decorate and things like that. And there's also this wither killing area up here. Now, hopefully, this wither killing section here is actually going to be inside the nether hub. Hopefully, as a feature of the nether hub in a way. I'm planning to turn it into a feature of the nether hub anyway. How it works out, I'm not sure yet. I just don't know yet exactly how it's going to turn out, so I'm just going to get busy. Nemsuns log, day 1, over and done with. Alrighty, day 3 or so, day 4. Been spending a few days digging out the perimeter area to get the shape of the hub. And from the center here, you can see it behind me opening out. 64 blocks in all directions, so 64 block radius, 129 block diameter. I think that's right, 129 block diameter. Yeah, and I've been going through all of my remaining diamonds on these picks. These 2 picks are serving me well. I've got a couple of reserve picks in my ender chest ready for when I start repairing and making new. I'll just give you a show round, but I did leave my Skype on, so hang on. Okay, there we go, we've fixed it. Right, so what I've been doing, right, coming all the way down to the end of the 64 radius and building out from the 64 radius, and we've been doing a pattern. It's a simple pattern, even though it's a great big circle. You might think, how do you start a circle like this? Well, you start by going to a plotting website and plot out what you want, and then you figure out the pattern. So you only need like a quarter of the circle as a pattern, and the quarter of a circle here is from the center point there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it goes 8, then it goes a 5, then it goes a 4, then it goes 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Right? And then it goes 2, 1, 1, 1. No, it goes a 2, 1, 1. That's it. And that is the halfway point. That is the halfway point. So one quarter meets the other quarter right there. So then from the other side, it should be exactly the same. So then I come out over to this side. I could work backwards, but I'll do it from the center points. So I do from the center point, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. And we're back there. So we've had 2 quarters which then meet together. So you only have to remember the one sequence of numbers, and you can just write it down. So I just write down that sequence of numbers and then work from there. So all the way around I've been doing that. All the way around I've been checking it and working it through and then cleaning out only up until this level. So only up till this level here where the actual ring is going to be. I may need to take some of this up higher into the ceiling like this so that I can curve things in and have inlays into the ceiling. But I've left it mostly because I don't want to waste my picks. I just want to see that I can see the general size of the hub and go, yep, that's about right then. Then you take the next quarter, so the next quarter was coming around this way, and that brings us into places then that people have started using. Over there, for instance, let me go and quickly show you that one. Over on this side, it's a long run. Over on this side, there was a section already hollowed out for a couple of nether portals. So I've basically just put some stairs in here. Now, the nether portals themselves are a fair way away down there. You can just about see one off there, and there's another one a bit further down. So what they would get would be, this is like one of the main sides as well, so I'll go 8 in that direction as well to do 8, 5, 3, 3, 3, and all that. Well, 8, 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, and go curve around that way. But on this side, they would have a doorway in the nether hub. So the doorway, that would be the roof of the doorway, and then there would the doorway would be all the way down to the bottom with some stairs going up from there into their corridor. So they haven't lost anything, they haven't moved anything. It's literally the floor of the nether hub then takes them into their section through a great big door, of some feature door somehow, which would look cool. And this side over here, I should have another one to show you as well. There's lots of little holes and things in the nether, but I was careful enough to kind of pick out where I wanted to go so that I could help people find really cool looking locations. That's a little corridor that somebody dug. There's another big long tunnel in the nether that somebody's dug, and it all will just be outside of this ring, except for this, which is the main, like, how to get to the ceiling of the nether, which also takes us to the wither farm that Snow Crash did. I think that's right. Yep. That's a very long route, but we've got the little train tracky bit at the bottom there. Around this side, we've got the bit that Albanaka has done, and the JTP, the Joe the Pirate Ocean Monument, now under new management by the looks of it, KSA. Don't know who KSA is, actually, but it's under new management. And this is the NYPD service pickup point that is going to the Messer. So this little stairwell here is pretty important. It does bring us down to the floor of the nether hub at the minute, because I removed it from going all the way down the bottom. So we can get it from the floor of the nether hub. But now I'm starting to get the circle coming round, and I'm finding that it's going to cut it off slightly. So I'm going to need to be fairly careful that I don't break the access to this little section here. This little section here is going to be just the other side of the nether hub, just literally outside the perimeter of the nether hub. So I've got to figure on a way, maybe bring the stairs up on a side up, and then they come in, rather than directly up through the nether hub. So they can have a door down below that then you get up the stairs and you come up to the nether hub up here. I've got to figure that bit out. And over this side, which we haven't got as far as yet, we've got a lot of digging still to do over here. There's another tunnel over there which goes somewhere I don't know about, and I think that was it for this side. I don't think there's any special extras somewhere else around there. There's a portal here which takes us to the end, but that's well within the borders of the hub. So what I was thinking there was building a giant portal inside the hub to take you to there, and maybe another one or two in a few key places around the main vanilla server, like spawn area, because there are a few things that you just want to get to between sessions very quickly. Like, it's not meant to be fast travel around spawn. You're supposed to be using the spawn railway system and walking around spawn and enjoying what spawn looks like. So I'm not trying to confuse that, but getting to the end farm quickly is a good idea. Just having a pickup to get you to the end farm, because that's all the way over the other side of town. And also maybe to the Skelly farm, maybe, that's another one, and bringing you in from another place and things like that. Just get into the farms quickly, maybe, I'll do. But right now, though, I have literally run out of nether brick. I've been cooking nether brick almost all the time that I've been digging it, but now I've run out again. So I'm going to quickly go down to the nether smeltery and see what I've got left over. While I've been working in this area, I don't know if the nether smeltery is actually loaded. The nether smeltery is over there somewhere. I don't know if it's actually loaded, but we're going to have a little looky and see. It's not far away, so we'll keep the video rolling while I go, and we'll have a few minutes of walking through the nether to see what's going on. I've had this little setup going for ages, full of netherrack all the way through, because of course I fill my inventory full of netherrack, but I haven't been filling it full of fuel recently, and I've now completely emptied all of the nether brick. I've got nether brick slabs, okay, but the nether brick, I'm down to the last stack and a half, which is not going to be good enough. All the way over here, though, is the nether smeltery that Dolin has done, Dolinmeister. And it's been pretty useful for me to come and AFK over here and just smelt up a load of bricks every now and again and then craft them. It works very nicely. It's a little bit away from the main hub area, which is also kind of good because, well, you don't want everything in the hub necessarily, because then there's no reason for a hub to take you anywhere. No reason to visit the hub if you don't need to go anywhere. So this thing here, has it got? Yes, it's got a full stack at the minute. That's good. And I can reload that up there. There we go. And grab a full load of this again. Awesome. And plenty of buckets. I brought all my buckets over here to start doing it as well. You just put your buckets in this section over here, and then it smartly does loads and loads for you. So I can just come back over here and grab all of the nether brick that I can possibly use, stacks after stacks, and just keeps doing this over and over again until I've got all the nether brick out of the netherrack that I want for the project. I have been looking at other materials as well for the project. I have been trying to figure out what I can use instead of just all nether brick or netherrack. And I think I've got a bit of a palette, mostly from the Mesa biome. Interestingly enough, I've got plenty of dark materials and like dark sand colours and things that are available thanks to the Mesa, which would look good in the nether, I think. So patterns and artwork and things like that can be made in the nether with darker shades, just to keep that dark tone looking about it. I think I'll just let that build up some more. Seems to be working while I'm over at the nether hub, so we can't be that far away. But this is like the lava lake levels, which is... The awesome part of the nether is seeing the lava lake spread out in front of you, with things growing out of the lava lakes and stuff like that. At least that's what I like. So big open spaces with lava lakes and stuff in it is what I want the nether hub to end up looking like. All of this here is going to end up being removed, so yeah, it's not that far away actually, is it? It's not far away from the nether hub project at all, which is pretty good, pretty good. I still haven't been around and done all this kind of stuff all around the floor and sides and stuff to stop gas spawning, so I'm still getting quite a lot of gas spawning. But that does mean that I'm getting a lot of gas tiers for my shop, which hopefully can translate into some diamonds in the future. Hopefully people will start using the shop and giving me diamonds, even if it's just to help with this project that I'm working on for the benefit of everybody. It is looking pretty epic though. I like. Do you like? Put a like down, put a comment down below, tell me what your feelings are about this, and I will be sure to keep doing these episodes. I'm enjoying making this nether hub. I know that vanilla on my channel is not the hottest thing on my channel. I know there's plenty of you core Minecrafters who like vanilla and modded, and you enjoy all the seasons of everything that I do. But there's quite a lot of people that just don't bother with the vanilla side as well, and there's no views on the videos. But that does not deter me. That does not deter me at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is as simple as I make it. And then I take out the blocks that are running parallel to that, as it were. So these blocks here. I'm trying not to use too much of my pick, so I'm just going to carve it back a little way just so I can see things. And then, you see, this one then would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 there. So it's cutting across. So I'm going to have to think of something cool for these guys to have a really cool entrance to their part of the Nether hub. 3. And then come around the other side and pop 1, 2, like that. There we go. And then take out these little bits. So I'll maybe have a talk to Al about coming on and joining me for an episode, because it's his NYPD hub bit, and maybe we can get that sorted out so that he's got the entrance to the hub sorted out down here, that goes to the Mesa biome, which is absolutely miles away. Going overland would be incredibly impossible. So there's got to be a better way, and this is the better way for it. Also, this witch farm, it's another one of those perfect reasons to have a Nether hub. I could potentially move the entrance to it, so that we've got 2 doorways in this wall. So, like, that side goes to the Ocean Monument, which is now under new management, and there's a door that takes you onto the track. And this side goes to the Mesa biome. So we'd have 2 doors, one either side, at the end of the circle. I think that would look pretty cool. 2 big doors there, and you go through and off you go. So, yeah, I've got to carry on digging all this out and carry on working it all through, and then I've got to start digging down a level so that we get down to the lower level of the hub and place all of the half slabs to make it spawn free. And then I could start working on the ceiling design. Yeah. I've got ideas for the ceiling design, but I'm still not 100% sure that it's going to work out right. So I've got to do lots of measuring up and testing out and playing around until eventually I will have a completed Nether hub circle, completed Nether hub circle for you to have a look at. Thank you very much for watching this week's Hypermine episodes. Love you lots, still enjoying playing vanilla. Hope you go and play vanilla right after watching this video and enjoy it yourselves. We'll see you in the next episode of Hypermine. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.